All right, YouTube, we got some mail in today. It's from Randolpho Duncan. Shout out to Mrs. Baker, though. Shout out to Mrs. Baker. That's the one that's making it possible. But, yeah, he wrote me a whole little letter. Yeah, it's too exposed right now. But I'm not going to read it all, but it says, Dear 360GZ, hi, my name is Rodolfo Duncan, and I'm 13 years old. I live in Anaheimdale, VA. I'm a huge fan and supporter of your wave videos from YouTube. And basically, he's just showing love. He's basically saying that he's watched me since I was, first started in 2012. He said, I really like your videos and how you explain exactly every haircut and your wave videos. It's an honor if I could send back a signed. However, I know you're really busy making new content, uploading for your fans. Thank you so much for taking the time out to read this letter. I hope for the best of luck to you in your future. I know you have a lot of great plans for your future. Hey, sincerely, Rondolfo. I think I'm saying it right. All right, but yeah, man. Hey, I'm gonna keep it a real. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Probably not gonna write back. Probably not going to write back because I don't want to make this a habit. Don't want to write everybody back that I get fan mail. But I just found this to be real dope because he's 13 years old. He wrote me a letter. He's been watching me since 2012. So that deserves a mention. All right? That deserves a mention. Listen, Randolfo, shout out to you. Today in this video, I did basically a transformation. Guy came in looking one way, came out looking another way. And yeah. Did a burst taper. Stay tuned. So during the client consultation, I talked to my client and asked him what he wanted. Basically, what he wanted me to do was lay his hair down first and, go over it with the guard with the grain. Now, what I believe he wanted to do was try to get waves. So he didn't want his hair to be sticking up like it is when I run over it with a guard, because that was going to take too much off, which he wanted to keep his hair pretty lengthy, because with his hair texture, you have to have it long in order to get waves. So he wanted to start all over and basically lay everything down, go with the grain, and just start his process. So right now what I'm doing is making sure that his hair is saturated with water and make sure I lay everything down by blow drying and styling. So now everything is pretty much laid the way I want it. I'm going to take my 3 guard with the lever closed and run it with the grain, making sure I go slow so that, I don't run into any cowlicks. But usually I always check before if the client has any cowlicks or anything like that. So right now I'm still just keeping it cautious, just going with the grain as slow as possible. That way I'm giving my client an even cut. So using my wall cordless detailers, I'm gonna set in my bald line in a triangle-like shape. Now I'm gonna use my corners and I'm just gonna clear out the bottom, making sure everything is as bald as it could be. Now using my Babyliss Gold FX clipper with the lever open, I'm going right on top of that bald line in that same triangle-like shape, going up about a ½ inch. So same thing with the one guard open in that same triangle-like shape. I'm going up about a ½ inch, making sure I use my corners as much as possible, because if you're gonna use the whole blade, you're gonna take off hair on the other side of that blade that you don't want to be taken off. So make sure that you use your corners throughout this whole process. Now with the 2-guard open, I'm just basically clearing out bulk, making sure I scoop out, using my comb to feed that hair into the teeth of the blade. Dropping back down with my 1-guard open in a flick out motion, I'm just clearing out that area between the 1 and the 2. This is actually me doing some detail work as I fade down. Putting on the 0-guard closed in a flick out motion, flick out that middle line. Now keep in mind that I'm using my corners the whole entire time as I flick out this middle line. Now in some cases that 0-guard close will not be able to get out that middle line, especially not how I want it on this hair texture. So right now I got my lever open and I'm just kind of using my corners to make sure that it transitions a lot smoother than it is. Now closing the lever in a flick out motion, flick out that bottom line. Now, I always like to do some detail work, which sets me apart from a lot of barbers, is when you go in and really just use your corners to get out those bulk areas, and just, you know, perfect the blend as much as possible by knowing where you set your guidelines and then putting back on those guards, remembering what guards that you use to go in different areas, or even just, you know, sometimes just cornering those bulk areas by using the lever open. Now, as far as the back goes, it's the same exact steps that I use. In the comment section below, if you guys want me to start the video off explaining how to do the back, let me know. But if it doesn't matter, yeah, basically it's just the same exact step. You just got a lot more room of hair to work with. like to end the cut off with a freehand trim. This makes everything lay down, everything looks neat. You're taking off the frizz, especially because he wants waves, and you know, he probably gonna lay his hair down with the do-rag anyway, so the freehand trim is probably not necessary. But for him walking out of the shop, I just want to make sure that he's real crispy, everything is laid, everything is neat, because presentation is everything. YouTube, this is the cut, and if you like it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. Also, if you like the beat, HustleDreamProduction, that's my brother, he does all my beats. His YouTube channel will be linked in the description below. Also, if you want to know where you can find any tools that you've seen in this video, the links will be in the description below. Otherwise, you guys can follow me on Instagram and Snapchat. My Snapchat is Jeezy360 and my Instagram is 360Jeezy. But it's your boy 360Jeezy, and I'm out of here. Shit.